Hey guys, what's up? It's Giz. Welcome back to another video. Probably a bit sooner than you guys anticipated. Today I wanted to go over through some of the spring outfits that I've been enjoying these past couple months. I guess January, February, March. I'll probably do another kind of spring outfit as the weather gets a bit more warmer and where I can wear shorts or kind of like light shirts. But for now, it's kind of like a winter, spring type of a transitional type of vibe that I've been enjoying. I'll probably go over also a bit more depth into some of the pieces that I released in the past, kind of to give you guys a bit more insight on why I created this piece and what kind of aspects differs among pieces to pieces and the intentions behind why I created it. I think these days, like, the intentions is kind of also very important. Whether it's my pieces or whether I try to analyze some like other people's works as well, very important. So throughout the videos, maybe in the future videos, I'll probably go more in depth on those, maybe some of the technical parts and also like what I think was the intention behind this manufacturing process or whatever, or the design processes. I think that'll be kind of like a unique point of view that I can offer to you guys, rather than like previously in the past or like how other creators do, like just showing up latest pickups or whatever. I think the time has passed beyond those type of videos. I think there needs to be a bit more depth and layers into, so that we can bridge the gap between the consumers and the designers, and that'll help you understand why certain pieces are as it is. So most of the times, like, this set itself is kind of like the basis of any outfit that I wear. Just denims, kind of like a slippers and my knit as well. Basis of the fit, this is like my cashmere knit that I created as a prototype for my spring summer, no, for my autumn winter collection. But I'm not sure if we're gonna actually make it in cashmere. We're probably gonna make it in a wool cashmere blend just for the costs, to keep it a bit of a cost friendly, to keep it a bit more I guess affordable than 100% pure cashmere. It's a very simple knit, broad shoulders. There's a bit of elastin on the shoulders to make it a bit more for the comfortable parts. There's the finger holes. There's a thumb holes on the sleeves. And yeah, so, and obviously I think you guys know my denims. The denims it's already been released. This is kind of like the vintage wash, kind of that turquoise blue wash fade. Today I just happen to be wearing this, so that's why this is on the video. But I think I honestly don't mind which one I wear. But this one's been altered. Like, I cut the length of this, so it's kind of more comfortable, which is why I gravitate towards this version more. The other one I haven't tailored it yet. So that's that. I know it's, for some, it could be a bit long, the length. Don't be afraid to tailor to your proper length is, because it's going to be much more comfortable. And just denims is supposed to be like casual, like just beat it up. It's supposed to be something that it's not to be like cherished. So that's, which is also the reason why it's already been like kind of like has that vintage aspect of raw edges. Yeah, so this is the basis of the outfit, and obviously it's kind of too cold to go outside like this. So I like to wear this. This is also a prototype of VC that we've been working on. I'm not sure exactly. We're still in conversation on whether if this version is going to be released or not. But yeah, so I mean, this is this is kind of like, I mean, it doesn't look that flashy. And also this is the linings is used on our VC gray fleeces on the outer side of the fleece. This time we use it as the lining for this, and obviously some of my remainings of my calf leather. And calf leather, and it has a lot of vintage aspects to it. Every pair, probably the one I also made another one for J Balvin. That one has a bit of a Sashiko repairings on it that I did for him, and gunmetal zippers, boxy and shortcut. I think like this is one of the best Carhartt models. I think I actually prefer this one much better than the Detroits. Just much more like suitable to my style. Yeah, so this is kind of like the outfit if I want to throw on a jacket. And yeah, there's not really much to explain more of this jacket. Hopefully we can get you guys a bit more information down the line, maybe at the end of the year, but nothing too immediate right now at the moment. And then another one I like to enjoy is this jacket. This is also a Carhartt jacket in the hunter green, but it has such a beautiful fade to it throughout the years. Like, it's so beautiful, this hunter green color. Like, I don't really like new hunter greens if it's not faded. Like, just I don't even want to look at it, you know? But yeah, but this one's, the condition is very thrashed. Oh, I haven't had the time to repair it yet, but I'll probably like repair it and see how I can play with this line. Like, I mean, look at the zippers as well. The zipper pullers is like, come on. But I honestly don't even know the sizes of this. I picked it up in a vintage store while I was in Tokyo. But yeah, this hunter green colorway is so good, and it goes well with like just exactly this outfit that I have on right now. But yeah, this is kind of like what I like to gravitate to. But all in all, let's go on to the next items. Yeah, and the next kind of change the settings a bit. And the next set of outfits that I like to wear on top is the fleeces. For VC, we released a total of 4 different layers of fleeces, I would say. Each had all of it had its own intentions of its own. The polyester version of the black and browns, we created with the intention of having it at a certain budget, and so that a lot of people can enjoy the most, it's the most, I guess, easy to kind of style colorways. It's one is black, one is brown, and we kind of put our elements into it so that it has a unique perspective of its own. Leather trimmings, obviously the embroideries and the magnetic button on the chest. And actually, a lot of people don't know it, but I mean, I don't have that version right now, but the black and brown and also the wool gray fleeces, it's made with a special zipper from YKK where you can just quick release the opening. So a lot of people are afraid to do it, I think, or they don't know that you can do that. So don't be afraid to just yank it open like this, and it'll be perfectly fine. It's a quick release function that we wanted to incorporate into that fleece, just to have a bit more of like comfortableness to it, and that technical function to it. So, and then the next layer of The second layer of the fleece that we did was the wool blend fleece that it did. It has a bigger pile. It has a bigger pile to it, and it also has a lining. We put it into a. We put the inner into a jersey lining so that when you wear the piece, it feels that you're being like wrapped up in a blanket. So it's very cozy when you wear it. So the other one's more of a fleece. This one's more of like kind of like an outerwear to it. This also has that zipper opening functions and everything. And this was, we released it at a layer of how other big brands or other high fashion brands into that kind of a rank, I would say. Miu Miu had a nice fleece last year. Roa also had a nice fleece. Rear also had some nice fleeces. So somewhere within that kind of a range of the fleeces was the idea behind that fleece. And we made this and one of the main design elements that we wanted to put into these fleeces was this back drape that I've been working on since spring summer 25. I'm not sure if you can see, there's on how I achieved the drape was through a dart that disappears as it goes along through the yoke. But then just in the design perspective point of view, I just wanted to figure out a way on not using this dart to make it more minimal as possible. So I was trying to figure out a way on how to do that, and we did that through our own fleeces in the 25 autumn winter collection, where that dart has disappeared. It's kind of like a similar way of pattern cutting, but it's a completely also different way. The other one was through a dart. This one was through the kind of excessive amount of fabric on the top part, and we kind of put all that excessive fabric weight into the side of it so that it drapes more naturally. And this is the result of it. But before we go into this, let's just finish up the final layers of the VC fleeces. So after we did the first 3 colorways of the fleeces, we wanted to put what we would, so me and Ken were talking about like how we can make a fleece we would truly enjoy. And it's not like we didn't enjoy the other pieces or not, but just as in terms of being a fabric holic and whatever, like through my personal wardrobe and him, we like cashmere a lot. So we wanted to make a higher layer of the fleece, and one of the ones he suggested was this yak fleece. Some of you may know or may not know, but a yak is kind of like an alternative fabric to cashmere. It's within that similar coziness in the luxury type of fabric. It's still a bit more affordable than cashmere, but not like that affordable, but still. So this is our yak fleece, and we deliberately made this very minimal, so even the zipper is hidden, the zipper is tonal, no embroideries, no magnets, just pure minimal feelings of it. So the colorway we chose for this was also the taupe one. It's kind of the colorway that I'm very into these days, and this one's I've been wearing a lot these days from like end of February to March. It's very lightweight, it's very easy to wear, and just very subtle, and nobody knows where it's from unless I guess you guys know about my brand or his brand. So very, very low key, so it's very amazing. And the other one that we did was in cashmere. That's the final layer of the fleeces that we did. And we insisted on being not just cashmere, but we wanted to really make it from a cashmere jersey type of fabric. So that was a very important essence of finding a cashmere jersey fabric. And luckily we were able to source the jersey fabric from cashmere. So it's very unique in its sense. It's very, because it's jersey, it's very I guess stretchy. It has a very bounce to it. It's around like 800 GSM. So think of like a very stretchy cotton jersey hoodie, but it's in cashmere and it's double faced, so it's very thick. So this one, I was wearing it a lot during the winter, and this was enough, honestly. So this one, it's kind of like in between that, I guess. It's not as subtle as the yak one, but still subtle enough because we made the magnet buttons into a black colorway. We made the embroidery tonal. We also used the all black Riri zippers for this. And so this one's suitable for winter. The other one, the yak one, was more suitable for spring, end of winter to spring. And every fleece has its own attractive appealness to it, I would say. And I think it was very fun creating all those 4 fleeces. If you were able to buy all 4 of it, I think you guys can understand easy what I'm trying to say here. And the 25 autumn winter common wear fleece is also made from a jersey fabric, but it's in virgin wool. And honestly, the touch of it is like, I fell in love with this fabric because the touch was very soft. And because not necessarily the cashmere jersey one, the touch is soft. But this one, I think the fabric itself, the soft touch when you wear it was very refreshing. Not refreshing, very, like, it was a very attractive point to me. So we also kind of like the technical features. If I explain this, is we didn't use a ribbing for this. We used the same body material in the cuffs, in the ribs, and also in the collars to have a very continuous look, have it a bit more subtle look itself. And yeah, it's just very soft and cozy. It goes super well with like denims. And yeah, very excited to see how we manufacture this one this winter. Probably gonna tweak it a little bit. I'm not even sure if this is my size. Probably go down the size a bit also. But we're still experimenting at the stages. But all right, so that's that for the fleeces. Moving on is the leather section that you guys have been seeing since my left side of the videos. So this is all the leathers that have been made up to date. I mean, there's some other prototypes as well, but I didn't really bring all those prototypes, but this is all the kind of, I guess, the final prototypes, final samples that was done in the lookbook. And I wanted to go over the leathers and why I created some, and why I chose a certain type of leathers, because it was a big thing in my head. So obviously the first leather, the Urus, bless you, the Urus leather jacket, one of the first leather jackets we did in this full grain bovine hide. handled it with the nubuck suede. This was kind of like, I mean, it's such a rock star piece. I mean, and it was very hard to create a leather piece that will suit right with me, if you know what I mean. So meaning, like, there's generally the ideal length that I like when wearing clothes, and it's around like without the collars from the back, it's around 62 centimeters, and like this jacket is, I made it for like basically for me to like enjoy. And the problem with this fashion cycle, if you follow the calendar of, you know, the Paris calendar, is like you have to always create. And after this, like, it's spring summer 25, and I needed to make another leather jacket, and I was like, oh, but I already made, you know, and like there's not a lot of differences between a full grain hide. If you go down to like other like different types of leathers where different type of like plastic finishings and whatever, you can achieve a lot of different looks. But then I don't really like those plastic coated kind of leathers, you know. I like to use a full grain leather, aniline, or even a semi-aniline leathers. But then there's not so much difference, honestly, if you use a bovine leather or a calf leather. Sometimes the finishings may be different. There may be like a varnished finishing, which is a bit more shiny. But all in all, like, let's say, I mean, just the silhouette itself, it was a very kind of like a nagging thing in my head of, okay, like some customer trusted us into purchasing the Urus leather jacket, and the next thing, like, I can't use the same leather because there needs to be a difference between the leathers and difference between the silhouettes, if you know what I mean. But then if I change the silhouette, like, would I really like that jacket? Because for me, I gravitate towards more of a cropped feeling. So that was kind of like the whole big ongoing question in my head. But then I also know it's important for me to, like, I don't really have all the, you know, answers, meaning like what I like isn't necessarily the correct answer. There's no correct answer in fashion. So for the spring summer 25, we deliberately went towards a more of a standard cut type of a leather jacket. So it's a bit more, it's not long, but it's not cropped. It's just like a normal leather jacket. But then the point was to find a suitable leather that's still in the full grain quality. And me and my production manager Francesco was going back and forth for a couple months trying to find a suitable leather for it that has its own character to it. And so we finally sourced a suitable leather. This is also bovine, full grain, chrome tanned, but the finishing of it is, this one is it's very hard to explain. And obviously I don't have all the details of all the finishings that the manufacturer, that the leather tannery did, because that's also a secret of their own. But it's kind of like this waxy treatment. Not necessarily they didn't put wax on it, because I don't really like wax on leather so much. But it has this finishing that has almost the touch of it's kind of like a rubbery feel also. So it's very unique and it's more matte than compared to the Urus leather if you look at it side by side. So this one's the spring summer leather and this one's the Urus leather. You can see the color depth is different. And I'll try it out for you guys. So design is from a previous Batwing jacket, but we made the collars a bit more refined than our previous Batwing jackets. We put a bit more emphasis on the collars. so that it's a bit more smooth shaped, I would say, and also the darted sleeves. That's been an ongoing thing, design language in our spring summer 25. It has like this dartish features of a bat silhouette. But as you can see, the jacket's not as cropped. It's quite of a standard length, and more simple. So it's not as like out there type of feeling, but yet it's because of the collars and the, what do you say, the collars and the features of this unique leather. It has its own character, but then the design element is still, we've tried to put out a lot of elements. So it doesn't even have the back the back gussets. It just has a dart. Obviously the front, reminiscent of our previous Batwing jacket, where the pocket is like this. But generally, I think it's a bit more easy to wear type of feeling. So, but the leather is very unique. That's what I wanted to say for this leather. That's, and then we made a different version of the same leather jacket. But this one's more in the, what do you say? There's a lot. This one's kind of like what you call a T-core leather. So how you do this is, so the base layer of this leather is a brown leather, and the way you do is you over dye that leather into black, so that when time passes, the under layers of that brown seeps through the blackness to have this kind of like a vintage aging effect of the leather. So this one's the kind of like that seasonal leather of this season, so it's going to be our web exclusives. And the fit is the same. The thickness of the leather of both the, I'll call it the waxy leather, and this one's the T-core leather, is a bit more thicker than the Urus leather. But yeah, I really love how this came out, because sometimes black leather jacket can look too cool. And this one has just of the right characteristics of subtle and maximal. So yeah, so this is our third leather. And then for our one of the more original piece that we used in the lookbook was this version of the Batwing jacket with more elastic cuffs, but then I decided to get rid of the cuffs and make it a more clean cut because I felt that looked better in this design. But I wanted to talk about the leather of this piece, because this one is a lambskin hide that this was also over dyed to have this kind of like a vintage shades and finishings on the top. So this was a very difficult manufacturing process to do, which is why we couldn't produce this, because we couldn't figure out the price point of this. It just went through the roof, and while that doesn't necessarily mean that this leather jacket is better than the others just because it's expensive, and it's just because we couldn't figure out the manufacturing price point with the manufacturer and the tannery and everything. So this is still an ongoing research that we're doing, and hopefully we can be able to figure out the right process for this to be put out into the world. But it was one of the fun experiments that we did. Kind of like I wanted to make, so the idea of this was to kind of like do, I mean, the over dye leather jacket of Kings is obviously CCP, and I wanted to do something of that over dyeing process of it, and yeah. But it's a shame because it's also shrunk too much in the process, so this is kind of became a woman's size, so Val can wear this, but it's too small for me, so it's kind of a bummer. But hopefully one day, maybe this season, we'll be able to make this again. And the last one, the most recent leather piece that we did from the 25 autumn winter was this jacket. Now that we did three types of bovine leathers, now it's really difficult to kind of like find a unique leathers of its own. So I decided to switch the animal itself to horse, and this is a horse hide. We sourced 2 horse hides, so this probably was put in the vlog as well when I was in Japan. So we sourced like a Japan horse and a Poland horse, but I couldn't make the Poland horse yet for the collection in time. This was from the Japanese horse hide. It wasn't as difficult to work with because the thickness was not as thick as the Poland hide, which was very thick. I'm not even sure if that can be made into a clothes. Maybe it's more suitable for a bag, but this one was perfect to work along as a apparel leather jacket. It's kind of, I guess, the thickness wise, I think it's the lightest among compared to the bovines. It's definitely thicker than the lamb skin because the lamb skin is normally much more thinner. But for our 25 autumn winter, we wanted to go back to kind of like the crop cut, more of that rock star type of feeling. So it's a very jet black leather hide, and it has the movements, the back panels again, and the dartings on the sleeves, the darted pockets, the black, all black zippers. So, but then it's not as thick. It's kind of like, I mean, I made it for autumn winter, but I think it's suitable more for spring summer, honestly, unless we change the lining or something. But this is it's the lookbook came out sick. It's different vibe again from the previous leather jackets that we did, so that alone is a big satisfaction on my side. And yeah, so that's generally the explanation of the pieces of all the leather pieces that we did. I hope that can clarify, help you out through your making a choice when you look at common wear. And the last set of outfit that I'm going to show you is this outfit that I have on. It's more suitable for the current weather right now, where it's a bit more warmer, so this is a more lightweight type of feeling. During kind of like more colder days, I would switch the top to the black polyester VC fleece, but right now I think this is more suitable type of a fabric for it. This is all spring summer 25. This is the batwing jacket in the technical water resistant wool, the macrame shirt, and the dotted drape trousers. The shoes I have on right now is Joachim Clark's that he was kind enough to gift me. If I want to really like step it up a bit, I carry my Birkin with this outfit. If not, I just carry my cross bag or the Celine bag. But I would not just go out like this itself. I'll probably wear a bag with this. So that's the general idea of the fit. I'll show you guys the pants a bit more. The trousers, the darted drape trousers, it's kind of like a more suit version from the engineered darts denims, meaning it came from the same silhouette and has the same design language, but because of the difference between the fabric of wool and obviously denim, we altered it a bit more. For this trousers, it has a bit of an oval shaped drape front pocket,
which is kind of like the main highlight of this piece, I would say. The darts from the hems and to the side is all the same, but just the inner part of the thigh is more raised, has like this kind of a cut feeling. And obviously because this is more of a suit pants, we have a more of a slit pocket in the back pocket rather than the denims, the patch pockets. And yeah, just I kind of wore this right now in the upside of it, but without if I change the shirt to a more of a casual shirt, then it becomes a bit more of a casual with the pants, and obviously it depends on what kind of mood you're going for right now, but I just like to go like with this setup, I just like to go like this feeling. So that's that. I'm not sure, I did bring one coat. I'm not sure, I mean I have some other simple trousers as well that I was supposed to wear with the leather jackets, but I think the video is dragging on a bit right now, so I'll probably cut the video now and thank our photographer Val, and thank you so much for helping me set up the angles and everything. We'll see her in the next video.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir.